Republicans love to claim they're fighting for America's kids, but today, Jasmine Crockett exposed exactly how empty that talking point really is. In a stunning takedown, she revealed the outrageous funding gap that's starving public schools while private and charter programs cash in. And when James Comer tried to clap back, let's just say he walked right into a buzzsaw.
You so much. And I just want to echo what Congressman Bell was just saying. You know, there seems to be a theme. Republicans love to talk about how they are looking out for our children and they are trying to do what's best for them, yet we still haven't seen any adequate gun legislation to protect them while they're in these schools. And now that we're dealing with their education, we're talking about $30 million being set aside, and right now we have approximately 1,400 students that take advantage of being able to kind of go into the private school situation for OSP. So that amounts to approximately $21,000 per student that is going to a private school. But if we look at the 52,000 students that are in the public school, then we're talking about approximately $192 per student. And then we start to talk about charter. Now, do y'all think charter is getting less or more? Since charter is somewhere between private and public, you guessed it right. When it comes to the charter students, then they are giving charter students $425 approximately per student. How is that equitable? I mean, I know that y'all hate the idea of the word diversity and you don't like equity and you don't like inclusion, but gosh darn it, we're talking about kids. And the idea that when someone goes to a public school, they can't be turned away. They have to take that student. But when it comes to the private schools, they can absolutely cherry pick and decide who it is that they want to take and who it is they don't want to take. And somehow, if you end up being one of the prize students that they want to take, maybe because you lack diversity, then you'll get access to $21,000. But if you are a student who is just as capable, if not more than capable, somehow you'll only have access to approximately $192 for your public education. The public education that the people at least have some accountability over because they have the ability to elect who's going to sit on school boards and things like that, unlike at the private schools and unlike what we look at the charters. And for some reason, we complain about waste, fraud, and abuse, especially in this committee. And you're telling me that you believe that the American people are going to say, yes, send our tax dollars off to those private schools. The private schools that most likely this administration has some cronies that actually own, that they're going to profit from. There is a theme in this Congress. It is do everything that we can to line the pockets of the already rich and make sure that those that are struggling and need resources the most are going to be the ones that are sitting there holding the bag, being told to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. And when they don't, you blame them. I'll yield.
Gentlelady yields. Yeah. I was just, I went to public school, so I don't know what you're talking about on the private school stuff. But.
I did public too.
Okay. I thought you went to private school.
I went to both.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
All right. And we didn't have private schools where I came from.
And my mama paid for it.
St. Louis, so hold that down.
Sure.
Jasmine Crockett didn't just make a point, she pulled back the curtain on one of the most underreported injustices in American education. She laid out the numbers with surgical precision. $21,000 for students lucky enough to be hand-picked by private schools, $425 tossed toward charter students, and a jaw-dropping $192 for the 52,000 children in public schools who can't be turned away. Crockett forced the room to confront a truth Republicans never want spoken out loud. This isn't about helping kids. It's about helping the already powerful redirect public money into private pockets. And the moment she tied it all back to the broader Republican pattern, refusing gun reform, slashing resources, preaching bootstrap fantasies while stripping away the boots, Comer knew he had to say something. But his response was exactly what we've come to expect: defensive, thin-skinned, and completely missing the point. He tried to make it about his personal schooling, as if that somehow erases the inequity Crockett just exposed. Crockett's message rang louder than any comeback Comer could muster. Public schools are being starved on purpose, kids are being denied opportunities on purpose, and Republicans are doing it while pretending they're the defenders of children. She didn't just call out the hypocrisy, she torched the entire strategy behind it. If Republicans wanted to avoid this uncomfortable truth, they picked the wrong Democrat to spar with. Jasmine Crockett showed once again that when the numbers don't lie, neither does she.